With Robinhood Gold, you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows the resourceful individual to earn the very liberal rate of 4.5% APY on uninvested cash, receive unlimited 1% deposit bonuses, and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on an IRA account. Get the privileges of the high net worth for any net worth for just $5 a month. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Terms apply. For product specific disclosures, visit Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rate may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Time now is 6:11 on the Breakfast Club on V105. Just me this morning, by the way. You might have figured that. Ken and I were talking on Friday about how, he's going to be, he has been at Lambeau Field. So he'll give us a little recap when he gets back tomorrow. But today it's going to be pretty much what we've seen, although breezy. So mostly sunny, high near 75, and then breezy, and then dropping into the 60s tomorrow. And we will talk to WDIO meteorologist Liz Mirko about that coming up at about 8:30. But want to mention this. We're going to have Zach from Grandma's coming in this morning around 8:10. But we all know that Grandma's Marathon registration opens tomorrow night at 7 in Hoops Run Club, as in Hoops Brewing in Canal Park. They're going to host a Grandma's Marathon registration run. So you can meet there at 6. You'll do a little run along the lake walk, just a few miles, however many miles you want. And then you can go to Hoops. You can register. There's going to be a raffle for Grandma's merch, and you will get a discount on your first drink, all that good stuff. So we'll talk more about that with Zach from Grandma's coming up at 8:10. But you can read more in the meantime on your B105 app. And then I love this. So I wrote about this somewhat recently, but there's a new sports simulator bar that's opening in the Rex in Vickers, and now we know when it's going to open. So the Rex closed at the end of 2023. It was a very popular spot, and I think this new sports simulator bar is going to be great because we have a lot of sports fans here in the Northland, of course. And so this spot is called Club One Under, and they have golf simulators, and they have food and drinks and all that good stuff. And so they are going to be opening very, very soon, just in time for the Vikings-Packers matchup, which was yesterday. So they were open till 10, and you can stop by this week. You can go this weekend, and that's cool. That's a fun place to watch any football game, really, because you're surrounded by sports, golf simulator. So that was their big grand opening. They opened at 9 a.m. yesterday, and they had drink specials for fans of Vikings and Packers that were wearing their attire, things like that. But, just fun. So they're officially open. You can stop by and check it out in the Vickers complex. Lots of good stuff in there. So read more, B105country.com and your B105 app. For some reason, this said Sunday, September 29th, and I was thinking it was like early September because this weather is just throwing me off. So I'm like, okay. No, it actually is September 30th. There you go, 6:13. Coming up, Chris Stapleton, Keith Urban, and more. Good morning. Time now is 6:45. As promised, we're going to talk about Jelly Roll, but I have to mention this because it is such a major loss for the country music community. Songwriting legend Chris Christopherson passed away over the weekend. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows his name. He's a singer-songwriter. He's an actor, country and rock influencer, and he was surrounded by family when he passed on Saturday at the age of 88. His family didn't give a cause of death or anything, but they did say, thank you for loving him all these years. When you see a rainbow, know he's smiling down on us all. And I obviously knew Chris Christopherson and the songs he's written and everything, but we have a really in-depth look at his life on B105country.com, and he did so much more than even I knew, so definitely check that out and read about his legacy right now, B105country.com, like I said. On to happier news, though, Jelly Roll, he is having the most insane, amazing few years here. So over the weekend, not only was he on SNL, but he sold out Madison Square Garden, and he performed at Madison Square Garden on Friday. He's on his Beautifully Broken tour, and he brought out Post Malone, and they sang their song off of F1 Trillion, which is Post Malone's country album, called Losers. And Jelly Roll was in his feels after. He was tweeting about how he can't believe he sold out Madison Square Garden. That's like a huge rite of passage and really hard to do, and just amazing. So he's having a good weekend, because then the next day on Saturday, he was the musical guest on the season 50 premiere And he sang a song, Liar, which he performed at the ACM Awards. It is the second single off his new album, which comes out next month. After I Am Not Okay, when he first started singing it, he said, I might never release this because it is another song about, facing your demons. And he's obviously been through a lot. So he performed that. And then he sang another song that everybody's talking about. It's called Winning Streak. That will also be on the album. And he said it was inspired by an exchange that he once witnessed between two attendees at an AA meeting. And he kind of set that scene. During SNL, he was sitting under a light with a bunch of chairs, and it was just super moving. So you can watch those performances, B105country.com. When I see Jelly Roll, I just want to give him a hug. He's just a teddy bear, and he's killing it. So if you did not stay up late enough to watch in real time, I definitely did not, because that is just too late for me. Like I said, you can check it out, B105country.com. And then Nate Smith, he has a new song out today with Avril Lavigne. Remember when there was all those dating rumors? Might not be dating, but they have a new song out today. It's called Can You Die From a Broken Heart? It's off his album, which comes out in a week, this Friday. He's also on our concert calendar for later this year, so check it out, B105country.com. But yeah, it looks like a super catchy song, and I'm loving the visuals for it and everything. So also love him releasing new music on a Monday, kind of switching it up from a Friday. Serving Somebody Like You at 7-Eleven on B105. Sunny today with a high near 75 and breezy. So this is always a sign that fall is here, even though it does not feel like it. We say this 100 times a day. It's been so warm, but we are going to cool off a bit tomorrow. So it's kind of perfect timing, but two of our beloved seasonal businesses have closed for the season. And, I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm like, you always want what you can't have. For example, the Portland Malt Shop. Yesterday was their closing day. They are going to open for the 2025 season on Thursday, May 1st. It's like, yes, love Portland Malt Shop, always delicious. But then during the winter, that's when you want it the most, because you pass it and you can't have it. And that's also how I feel about Gordy's Hi-Hat, which also closed for the season yesterday. So if you missed out, you're going to have to wait a long time. We have to get through a Northland winter before we can have Gordy's Hi-Hat again or Portland Malt Shop again. But, it always just gives us another reason to look forward to spring. We know that we have our seasonal businesses opening, and it just tastes that much better when you have to go a whole winter without it. So you can read more about that, B105country.com, and our B105 app. Coming up, we have your brain teaser question, your chance to win some Papa Murphy's. And the question is interesting. Let's put it that way. So make sure you keep it here on B105. Time now is 7:21 on B105. We have your brain teaser question, and I'll give you a little hint because I feel like this could be a lot of things. It has to do with your morning routine, maybe your evening routine, depending on when you do this, and it's hygiene related. So the average person does this 4 times a week. What is it? And, I really wish Ken was here because he has been going through a journey with this. And, we've talked about it on the show. And technically, I do this most days, even though you're not supposed to. Apparently, but I have to. I know it's wrong. I just hope my hairdresser's not listening. Oops. Not listening. She'll be mad at me. Well, I kind of gave it away. So you think it's definitely a Monday. Oh, my gosh. Chaotic. The average person does this 4 times a week. What is it? Well, if you didn't know before, you probably know now because I accidentally spilled the beans. Time now is 7:25 on the Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. It's just a chaotic, it's always a little chaotic in my life. With this brain teaser question, the average person does this 4 times a week. I gave a little hint. That might have given it away. So let's go to the phone. B105. Oh, what's your guess?
How about wash your hair?
Was it my clue that gave it away?
A little bit, yeah.
Or the fact that I just accidentally said what it was?
No, it was the clue. I didn't hear when it slipped out.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, well, that makes me feel better. Who's this?
This is Dave.
Dave, do you wash your hair 4 times a week?
No, maybe 2 or 3.
I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no judgment here. All right, well, congratulations, Dave. You have won Papa Murphy's on us. Can you hang on a second?
Sure, thank you.
Okay, there you have it. Now, the reason I said I wish Ken was here is he has been growing his hair out, and then Ben from Mainstream brought him, some pomade. And now he's kind of got long hair. He's got a little flow going on. So he would have loved to weigh in on this. But anyways, nonetheless, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. In the meantime, we'll have your weather forecast coming up. New music from Luke Bryan, Rascal Flatts, Jordan Davis, and more. 726 on B105. Time now is 7:46 on the Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. So Carrie Underwood, there's been lots of talk about her lately. She has a new song out with Cody Johnson that everybody's talking about, but everybody's also talking about the fact that she's going to be on American Idol. She's replacing Katy Perry, and there's a new report in Life and Style magazine, which, you know, I don't know about Life and Style. I don't know if it's that reputable, but I thought this was interesting. So this new Life and Style report says that she's making significantly less than Katy Perry. So Katy Perry had like a record-breaking salary of $25 million. I think only Simon Cowell made more than that in the history of American Idol. And this report says Carrie doesn't have an ego. She's not greedy. She's not in it for money. And so she agreed to half of that. Okay, but $12 million is still a lot of money. So, you know, I think she's fine. But apparently, according to this report, Miley was the first choice, but she wanted as much as Katy Perry, if not more. But like I said, Carrie accepted because she doesn't have an ego and she has a vested interest in wanting the show to continue. And then this report also says she's a better fit with the show, the producers, and the network because she has, you know, she started on American Idol and she's from Oklahoma and she's that girl next door. So I think $12 million, if that's true, I think that's good. You know, I think that's still a lot of money. So no premiere date yet, but you can read more from that report. Take it with a grain of salt, b105country.com. Also want to mention Miranda Lambert. She's celebrating her husband for a change. You know, he's always on the red carpet with her, but he was named one of Nashville's most beautiful people. There's a list of 25 by Nashville Lifestyles magazine. Applications opened in June, then they narrowed it down last week. And in the issue, he says that he's most inspired by Miranda, which she is inspiring. So I get it. You know, he sees her work ethic behind the scenes and all that. And so she showed up to support him, which I thought was really cool. You know, she was on the red carpet with him at this event with him, and you can see those pics, b105country.com. And last but not least, 10 a.m. this morning, I'm making a Duluth concert announcement. I've been reading all your comments on the post, and people are like, can you give us a hint? I cannot give hints. I'm too scared, but I'll tell you who's coming at 10 a.m. There will be an app alert sent out that will remind you, but I want to know, who do you think it is? Do you have any, like, guesses? Call me up, 727-B105. I'm not going to tell you if you're right, but Kenny Chesney, get along. It is 8:08 on B105, and I have Zach from Grandma's Marathon in this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I always say this to you, but, you know, you would think that you would get a little bit of time to rest after Grandma's, but you're already back at it. You really didn't get that much rest because registration day is tomorrow.
Yeah, and if race day is like the peak of our calendar year, then registration day is the second peak. It's the time when we get to turn everything towards the next year, and people are excited. Last year we had 10,000 people sign up on the first day, so We're hoping that something like that can happen again tomorrow. It would be great to eclipse that number, but it always is exciting to, you know, and frankly, quite humbling to see the interest that continues in Grandma's Marathon and coming to Duluth in June.
Yeah, everybody loves Grandma's Marathon. It's such a fun weekend, even if you're volunteering, maybe you're just spectating. It's so fun all around. So tomorrow's registration. Let's start by talking about how people can register, what time registration starts, and then also maybe a little PSA that you don't want to wait till the last minute because all these races sell out.
Yeah, we've been fortunate since the pandemic. We've sold out all three of our races, the marathon, the half marathon, and the 5K for the last 4 years. Last year, the half marathon sold out in about 4 days. The marathon and the 5K took until early January, but that was the second fastest sellout of those two races that we've ever had. And so it feels like our race weekend is increasing in popularity. So certainly get registered early, but I will say, as much as registration day is exciting and we've got a lot of interest, if you're at your computer tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, which is when registration opens, it's not like a concert, other things that you and Ken do.
Right. You got to wait in the queue.
You will get into the race. So people don't need to panic. If you want to be in the race, be ready tomorrow night. Obviously, the half marathon will go a little bit quicker, but you will get in the race. It might take a little bit of time because of the traffic on the site and all that, but it's not like Taylor Swift tickets where there's 20 million people trying for 20,000 tickets.
Yeah.
You will get in the race. So we always try to put that caveat on. But it's exciting, right? I mean, you've done the race. It's exciting when you sign up, you click that button, you make the commitment, and now you're in. And now your training can start.
And I'm the kind of person, too, that, like, if I know that I want to do it, I'm just going to sign up. I'm not going to wait because then I just know that, okay, in my mind, I'm doing it. So don't wait. And it's also good you said don't panic, because I see a lot of people, like, you know, getting on their computer and they're like, I got to get a bib. And it's like, if you're there tomorrow, 7 p.m., like you said, you will get into the race.
Yeah, take your time. There's a lot that goes into registration. Make sure all the information is correct. But, yeah, it's so exciting to see people that are either returning, that have been here before, and say, I have to get back, I want to get back, or people that are first-timers, right?
Yeah.
You know, we hear from both kinds, especially on the first day of, I've always wanted to do this race, or I'm not a runner, but I've been pushed to this point where now I'm going to sign up for the 5K or the half marathon. It's just fun to see the variety of people that we get signing up, because we've got the really hardcore elite runners, and then we've got the really recreational back of the packers that are just trying to do something that they've never thought they would do, and that's inspiring in its own right.
It is.
So
it is
it's
super.
fun to see the difference.
Yeah, I love seeing that. So tomorrow you guys are also doing something pretty fun. There's going to be a little pre-registration race at Hoops and a little party after. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is something, you know, registration day comes October 1st every year, and then the race is, you know, 9 months later in June. And so it's always kind of funny because we have so much excitement around running, but we're all sitting at our computers, you know, going through the registration process, or, you know, putting stuff on social media. And so we thought, what can we do to kind of celebrate the marathon and the community? And Hoops Running Club has a group in Canal Park that goes out every Thursday. They're going to do a special run for us on Tuesday. So their group, anybody else who wants to, can go out with them tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. The run starts. They're just going to do an out and back on the lake walk. Variety of different distances will be available. So if you want to do 1 mile, 2 mile, 5 miles, whatever it is, you can go out and run with them. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, and then we'll have some fun back at Hoops. I think there's a couple bucks off their beers. We're going to have some Grandma's Marathon swag and raffle prizes that we're going to give away to the people who participate. And so hopefully we'll have a little mini celebration of registration day. We can celebrate the running community for all that it does, you know, rather than just sit around and watch the numbers pile up.
Yeah, and honestly, signing up, like, everybody that signs up deserves to be celebrated, because it is such a, you know, great accomplishment. And, you know, it's like the most, how do I say this? It's like the most Duluth thing ever, you know, like if you're a Duluthian, you got to take part in some way.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you know, so volunteers, spectating, all that good stuff. So where can we get all this information and more and all of that?
Yeah, grandmasmarathon.com is your hub for the next couple days. If you want to get signed up, if you want to learn more, how much the race costs, what the details are that we know right now. Some of those details come into frame a little bit closer to the race. But what we know right now, grandmasmarathon.com is your place to go. That will have the registration link tomorrow afternoon as well.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited and looking forward to hearing about this record that we're going to break. I just know we put it out there. So
yeah. I know, marketing and PR is in my title, so I feel a little bit of pressure every time registration day comes around. But I think we're expecting good things.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. All right, grandmasmarathon.com. Zach, thank you. We look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thomas Red, Unforgettable. It is 8:40 on the Breakfast Club with Ken and Lauren. Today it is going to be a nice sunny day with a high near 75 and breezy. I feel weird even mentioning this story, but it definitely makes this man a jerk. So the headline reads, voyeur hid under vehicles at a car wash to stare at women's feet. That's according to authorities. Now, this happened in Gilbert, Arizona. The worst part is that this man, whose name is Jesse Michael Johnson, he already did this once and got in trouble for it, and now he's doing it again. And, you know, it's in Arizona, everybody's getting a car wash. It doesn't, you know, rain. So their cars are extra dirty. So anyways, he's charged with voyeurism and disorderly conduct. And if you're wondering what happened, it happened 3 separate times during this round. Like I said, he's already been in trouble for this. It happened at a car wash, and basically he would pull into a parking spot next to a woman that was vacuuming out her car. He would get under her SUV and just like look at her feet. It's just so disturbing. Surveillance footage caught it, so it's kind of hard for him to say, no, I didn't do that. So he was arrested last Tuesday, and he's being held on a $10,000 bond. So it's just not It's not great. Not normal. So anyways, that's our jerk today. Like I said, I feel kind of like, I didn't even like reading that story, but you know, Carrie Underwood blown away, 8:49 on B105. I have my friend from Mix 108 in studio, Tony Hart. Good morning. Thank you for coming.
Tony over here.
Yes, you have really taken a liking to country music as of late.
What is this music?
This music, well, because this is the time of the day. Clearly, you're not listening to the Breakfast Club.
No,
yeah, you have your own show going on.
My own show.
Where we talk about somebody doing good. Or like, something good in the world.
Cheesy music. Okay, good.
Okay. Well, I think our Angels today are the Minnesota Vikings, right?
Oh.
And I didn't talk about this because I knew that, because I'm in this group text with you guys, that I knew that they were playing and everything and that they won. But tell us a little bit about the game, because you know that I can't.
Well, the Vikings came out yesterday to a big lead. I at one point, I believe it was 28-0 against the Packers.
And aren't the Packers like really, really
They're
good?
Pretty good.
And they had a home field advantage.
I mean, they're going into this game, they had won 2 games, lost 1. We have gone undefeated.
Wow.
So we were 3-0 coming into this game. Now
I didn't think we were good.
Now we are 4-0. But the Packers, I'll give them credit. They came back a little bit. They made the game interesting by the end, and it came down to onside kick at the very end of the game. You know what that is, right?
I'm guessing it's a kick of some sort. Right. Right.
So,
okay,
so it was a failed onside kick. The Packers did not recover. Ended up Vikings won the game 31-29. So, like I said,
that's really close. That's closer than I thought, because Ken is going to recap, his Lambeau Field adventures tomorrow when he's back.
That's right. He was at Lambeau yesterday.
Right. But that's how I gauge if there was a football game. Well, aside from the group message I'm in with you guys, like I gauge his mood, because if the Vikings lose, he gets very sad. I remember the Minneapolis Miracle so well, because he didn't say a word the whole day, and nobody did.
Since Brett Favre, I have not let the Vikings get me down. So I have removed emotion. Well, not emotion completely, but I will not get mad if the Vikings lose anymore. It's just kind of until they make it to the NFC playoff game this year, and then they lose again. Then I'm sure I'll be.
We're not going to go there. Let's just take it one step at a time.
One game at a time, as they say. So the Vikings are off to a 4-0 start. They haven't done that since
really
2016.
That's really good.
Next week they play in London, so you're going to have to get up.
Yeah, me. I'm going to do that.
Like butt crack early, like 8 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
8 a.m. is like kickoff time next Sunday.
In London time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
our
not
time.
Early. Well, that's a debate for a different time.
Well, when you're used to getting up and watching a game at noon,
that's true.
Getting up at 8 a.m. to watch a game is quite a big difference.
But worth it. But it's worth it. So all of this to say, our Minnesota Vikings are Angels today. Tony's a happy guy.
Angels of the Owl.
Clock on the dot on B105. Hi, Dad. I'm about to make a concert announcement. Got to give my dad a little shout out. He is streaming from our B105 app. So, big concert announcement. Breaking news here. Lee Bryce is bringing his acoustic tour to the Deck Symphony Hall. Cannot wait for this. He killed it at Grand Country Night. So that is going to be Thursday, March 27th, 2025. We have tickets going on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. There's also a special pre-sale for Thursday, and in just a minute when I hit publish, there will be an app-exclusive contest for you to win tickets this week with our B105 app before they go on sale this Friday. I cannot wait. Ken and I got to talk to Lee Bryce at Grand Country Nights. His show was amazing. Lee Bryce and his acoustic tour, a special acoustic tour at the Deck Symphony Hall. That's Thursday, March 27th, 2025. We will see you there. Download our B105 app. All those details. Good luck, Joe Danger. The next